Welcome to the Feargiveness Frequency Pop of Color podcast, where we wrap you in a hug and bring you into our powwow to receive divine messages directly from God, Source Creator. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Feargiveness Frequency Pop of Color podcast. I am Julie Schindler, your host, and I'm really excited to be here today. It was one of those other days where there was something else planned, and that, based on the hurricanes that are happening, that got canceled. So you have me today, and in with me is my little healer. This is Henry the healer. And he jumped up here as I was in meditation, getting ready for the class and now a Pop of Color podcast. So today, as I stepped into my intuitive channel and I touched base with the Akashic Records and God Source Creator to find out what information are we sharing today. And I was taken back to a few of the messages from this week, and one of them, or from last week, and one of them was treat yourself as you would teach another to do so, and teach another how you treat yourself. And so that is just really bringing back to the self-love, the self-acceptance, as you share with others on your journey about how you do it. Are you making sure that you're doing the same for yourself? And it was a really super great reminder. And that brings me to the Feargiveness frequency. And this frequency was gifted to me at the beginning of my healing journey in 2020. And it was kept telling me, this time will be different. And my guides, though I didn't know them all at the time, I just had this following this voice in my heart that just kept saying that this time will be different. And there is a way off of palliative care. And there's a way out of darkness. And there's a way to heal from the inside out and to not give up on life as I was at that time. So with this frequency, it is an infinity loop, just like our lives. Our past, present, and future all run within infinity, and they all are running simultaneously. So the infinity loop holds your entire soul blueprint within it. And it is think of the Akashic Records in your infinity loop. Every thought, word, action, reaction that has ever happened, trauma included, in your life is within your soul blueprint. Within your infinity loop is also your gestational traumas, your ancestral and ancient wisdom is all held within. So not only did you receive your ancestral trauma, your gestational trauma, you also received the gifts, the keys, the codes, the colors from all of those who have come before you and have brought you here to this now moment. And when we first start with our forgiveness frequency and we really tap in to our soul blueprint, we can see that through our traumas and insecurities, the shame and blame that we may carry, our trash can could have caused tears and holes within our blueprint. And that is where our soul entity, our soul energy is being expelled from it. And it also, in a lot of in lower dimensions, it can be siphoned. Our energy can be siphoned away from us through limiting beliefs and outside programming that have been placed within our lives and have kind of held onto our energy or made us feel small, or fears. Our fears are big ones. So as we step into our forgiveness frequency and we step into the center of it, and that is where we go within to find the healing, to find the answers, to speak directly with God, to know that, to figure out what is our purpose here on earth, to expand into, to get to know us and our soul blueprint. And when you do that, when you find your center through meditation, through mindfulness, through music, maybe it's dancing, creative arts, creative ways, anytime that you are in joy you're in love, and you are taking those steps to heal yourself from the inside out, when you find that 0 point of full connection to source, full connection to spirit, and full connection to God, it allows you to run this frequency from your center, from your heart. And it shows you how, from within, how you can heal inside, outside, upside, and down. And this takes you through so many ways of healing, meeting your inner child, anything that we can do to fill in those holes and gaps that are within your blueprint, where your soul blueprint, your energy is being expelled from. So that's the first thing. So when we ignite our forgiveness frequency, and that's just by going within, by asking your guides, asking your higher self, please ignite my forgiveness frequency. This frequency is available to everyone. I have just been a record keeper of it, a guide in it, and I'm here to teach others who are looking for a way to really have a direct conversation with their higher self, to have a direct conversation with God, to cancel and clear out all the noise and to go within. And when you do that, you open your forgiveness frequency. It is an infinity loop of color, of sound healing, of energy healing, of Reiki, of the Akashic records. Has so many ways and modalities for you to find healing that is perfectly timed and in the right, coming forward to you in the right way, for you to be able to see, hear, and expand. And it's that moment that's right for you. So when you get to that point where you need a sound healing chamber and you don't know you need a sound healing chamber, it shows up and it teaches you and guides you. And maybe it's grounding, barefoot grounding, and you don't even know anything about it, but you've heard that it's good for you. Your guides will show you through the forgiveness frequency how to tap in, how to get grounded, how to barefoot walk, how to connect with nature, breath work, all of the different things. So when this message came through to do for yourself as you would teach another, and teach another how to do for yourself, I think this is perfect for today, to teach you a little bit about the forgiveness frequency. So the forgiveness frequency that we've talked about, the ways in, and the ways to open, and the ways to expand, and the ways to pour in energy, is through your center, and is through your connection with source, creator, and your higher self. So that is truly in getting quiet and opening up your Akashic records, and attuning yourself to Reiki, different ways that you can physically heal all levels, but also just having a conversation with God. And that's those beautiful powwows when you go within and you open up your Akashic records and you flow through your elevator of evolution all the way up to the tippy top of your consciousness. You get to sit in this powwow with the Divine Mother, Divine Father, and God, Source Creator. And the Holy Spirit is there, and the Christed Inner Child is there. Your galactical families will come in and visit, to give you information and to let you know. You'll get updates, energy updates, ascension updates are all coming from within that powwow. And all you have to do is tap in. And then you get to fill in your frequency with more colors, with more healing, with gratitude, and all the different aspects of your holistic healing journey. And this is about facing your fears and turning your fears from fears and hurt and pain into forgiveness, self-forgiveness for the time you've held on to them, and love like you've never felt it before. Love for yourself, love for others. You become in one with unity. The judging of yourself, the self-sabotage, all of that goes away. You get to retrain your subconscious mind. You get to put your rainbow on repeat. All of this is within your forgiveness frequency, and all you have to do is tap in. So when we talk about the forgiveness frequency, it connects to our trash can. And I believe that we all hold a trash can of traumas and insecurities. And this is everything we didn't know how to deal with. We didn't know how to heal goes in this trash can. This is everything in our gestational trauma. This is everything that's happened to us in our youth. This could be self-image or outside bullying that happened. It could be physical abuse or traumas, sexual abuse or traumas. It could be anything and everything throughout your life that you just didn't know how to heal. And that goes in your trash can. And when you get to a certain age and you get to a certain point in your life, you're ready to heal it. And that is where this journey of holistic healing comes in. That's where this journey of forgiveness comes in. When you go within your own trash can, every time you upcycle one of your traumas and insecurities from your past, where you take accountability and responsibility instead of having shame and blame for it, you heal the holes and tears within your blueprint. And every time that you've changed the colors of a situation, it may have been dark and dreary for you, but when you really went into it and you sat in your center and you were surrounded by so much love and you got to listen to your inner child tell you about that situation that held so much fear for you, or maybe it's darker colors for you. When you go and do the upcycling with that through the forgiveness frequency steps that I'm going to show you, then you get to upcycle it. You've changed the narrative, you've changed the color, and it's no longer scary anymore. It's no longer a fear. You brought it into the light to see if it still holds the same amount of energy and frequencies and vibrations that it did before. And then you get to give it life. You get to find gratitude in those darker moments. Who was there with you? How did you navigate through it? You get to see how I have full goosebumps. Do you get to see how prideful you are of your inner child for what they've thrived through and survived through? You did that. And then you get to reparent them in the process. And that's when, man, our inner child, you are their hero. In their eyes, you could do no wrong because you saw them, you listened to them, they felt heard and seen and loved, and you got to reparent them and you upcycled their fears and traumas for them. Like, they hold you in such high regard. You are literally their hero. And they just cannot believe how they're so proud of you and the work you're doing to bring them out of the darkness, to bring them into the light, to bring them into joy, to live in joy, to live in fun, where you finally understand nothing. That is where these trash can moments, when we go through and we upcycle our traumas and insecurities. And you can have youth trash cans, you can have teenage trash cans, I had some adult trash cans, I had the guilty mom trash can, I had the career trash can, I had an injury trash can. So all of these trash cans, really, when you dump them out and you start to really upcycle them, you will see that a lot of those traumas have bled onto another. And this is where the work begins. But this is also where you are never alone in the work and in the process. When you tap into the forgiveness frequency, you have every color available to you, because every color holds a frequency and vibration of healing. You have sound healing. You also have the Akashic records. You have your guides and your spiritual team who are here. You have a direct contact to Source, God, Creator, who is here to guide you in every step of the way. And you are ultimately held, loved, seen, and heard, just like what your inner child needed from you. So as you take on this journey, know that there is very specific ways to carve out time. It might seem daunting at the beginning, like these are a lot of years of trash cans that you're dumping out. But when you take it one piece at a time and you use your boomerangs, so your gratitude boomerang, your get boomerangs, which is gratitude elevates truth, bird boomerangs, you have your hunter boomerangs, you have ways to always have that energy flowing in and out of your center and filling up your forgiveness frequency. And as you go through life, you're going to have pops of color or triggers, things that are going to drop you out of center. And that is where the be jamming sessions of the forgiveness frequency come in. That is where the rainbow repeats of the forgiveness frequency come in, all here to assist you. So if you break down the week for Feargiveness, it is Mondays are your days of reflection. That is where you get to journal. So you get to start the bee jamming. So I guess we'll start there. So the bee jamming session started for me as just jam sessions, journal, affirmations, meditation, music. That was it. And then I learned that breath work was really important and barefoot grounding was important. And not only affirmations, but mirror work, meditation, mindfulness. In addition to music, there's muscle movement. So the bee jamming session really got into the jam session, turned into a bee jamming session. So it's breath work, barefoot grounding, journaling, affirmations, mirror work, meditation, music, muscle movement, mindfulness, and then you get into the ING, which is intuition, nature, and gratitude or grounding, whichever way you look at it. So this is a really big way. These are all tools that you have within your toolbox and your treasure chest to be able to utilize based on what's coming through on each of the days of the week. So Mondays are that day of reflection where you journal out everything that happened over the weekend. When it comes to triggers, it could be a pop of color, a trigger, or a glitter. And the pop of color is just anytime that you are taken out of center, anything that throws you off, or if you receive a pop of color within your day and you're just not knowing why it showed up. And this is what's great about forgiveness is that you don't have to deal with that in that moment. You can allow it to flow through, knowing that you have a sacred time and space set aside on Monday for you to be able to work through it. So it doesn't deter you from your weekend plans. It doesn't throw you off for a long length of time. Sometimes a trigger can come through and it can really throw, or a pop of color, and it could take you completely off course. It could lower your vibration. You're going to not want to go to that party. You're not going to want to hang out with people because something from your trash can has really unearthed itself to the surface. So when you talk about triggers, it's trust your triggers to teach. So trust the triggers to teach, and it's a helpful hand. So when those triggers do come through and you get to that Monday, you want to use those triggers as a way of healing. So know, why did that happen? So when you're in your center, you get to ask those questions of your higher self, your inner child, and God, source creator, and have that conversation and find out, why did this throw me off so much? Why was I so angry? Why did I get so angry? Why did I respond this way? Why did I allow someone else's energy to take me out of vibration? And that's where you get to explore using the jam session. So Mondays, we bring all of that came out over the weekend. And because we do this check-in a few times a week, it doesn't all kind of build up into one day. So on Mondays, when you do that, that is where you're journaling, you're getting it all out, whether that's through voice or through written word or spoken word. You get all that information out of your system. So it's not ruminating and it's not looping around in your mind and your body and your soul. And when you have those conversations with God and you're asking your higher self and your inner child, why did these things happen? You journal out those responses. And that way you are having this, your powwow of conversation. You're able to listen to your inner child. You are able to hear your higher self, and you're able to hear Source God Creator explaining to you that you weren't alone in that moment, that you may have felt alone, or why someone would act the way that they did. And knowing that how a person responds to you says more about them than it does about you. But how you respond to a person says more about you than it does about them. So it's that boomerang. It works both ways. As you get through your journaling, then you move on to the I ams, those affirmations. Out of everything you learned, about everything you experienced, what are the I ams that came out of it? Are there any gratitude moments that you can pull from that? Were there people, places, or things that brought you back to your center? And then what's the ultimate outcome you would like to accomplish from this trigger pop of color? And glitter is so much fun because the glitter is going through that same weekend, and not just the good, the bad, or the bad and indifferent. It is where you have glitter, those moments of gratitude. What raised your vibration over the weekend? What brought you joy, made you smile, made you laugh? Who, place, thing, person, animal? You may have just been spending time with your animals and a pillow pet, and they just cracked you up. It could have been a movie or a synchronicity. There's this big, huge bird that just literally flew right by the window. Synchronicities. So those are those glitter moments where it's okay. The glitter moments where we get to send those glitter boomerangs, those gratitude boomerangs, those bird boomerangs out there into the world. Oh, he's purring our little cuddles. Yeah. He's on one of my pillows. So I have a few pillows propping me up, and he usually takes a spot on it. So as you get through the glitters, you get through your triggers, you get through your pops of color, you journaled it out, you found your affirmations, all of those I ams. You colored your affirmations to see where they are holding energy within your bodies. You can do ABCs, which is activating your body consciousness, figuring out where that color and trigger may be held within the body. So Mondays are just a day of reflection. It's to get it all out. It's to do those affirmations. And then you can work through those with mirror work, with meditation, going within and asking those questions, music, asking the music to give you the answers you're seeking, knowing that music is divinely guided in so many ways. And I call it hug radio, which is healing, universally guided radio. So ask your radio, ask your music station, whatever you're listening to bring forth any answers that you might have. We also know now through our journey that our body keeps score. So that trauma and insecurity, that shame and blame, whatever popped up that you're working through that week, that your body keeps score. So throughout the week, we're going to work on also muscle movement, because we need to find out where it's trapped in the body, where that color is being held, where that energy is being held, and release it. And it could be from a birth of a child. It could be from the loss of a child or a loss of a loved one, the grief that's held within our physical muscles, within our physical body, within our bones, that when it's time to release it, forgiveness shows you a way out of that pain. And then with mindfulness, using our intuition, going out in nature, and our gratitude and grounding. So that is really the bee jamming session. So Mondays, you get it all out. Tuesdays and Thursdays are trash can truths. That's where you take the information from Monday and you bring it into your trash can truth, and you go within in that meditation to really ask those questions of your higher self, of your inner child, and of God. And this is where mirror work is really important, where you can sit in front of the mirror and have that conversation with yourself and really just figure out, get down to the dirty details, get down to the grit and the grime of what is in your trash can, and really dig for the truths within it. And when you find truth, you also find that it may not have been as bad as you thought. They may have been blocked by a fear or a color. It may have been someone else's pain that you were carrying. It could have been gestational. It could have been a limiting belief of another person that no longer stands true for you now. And when you go through that trash can truth and you get all those truths, then you get to heal from them, because you've brought them into the light. They're no longer part of the darkness. You see the entire picture. You see that it may have not just been your pain that you are carrying. It may have been a limiting belief of another. And this is where self-forgiveness. So forgiveness is run on gratitude, self-love, self-love, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, and gratitude. And when you go through that and you seek for self-love, you seek for self-acceptance, you seek for self-forgiveness, it's not about anyone else but you. When you seek self-forgiveness and give that to yourself and your inner child, you are healing your soul blueprint, your infinity loop. You're filling in one of those tears and holes that's leaking out your source energy out into the universe, out other places than for you to have that life force energy, because it was had a tear or a hole from your fears or from limiting beliefs of another person or pain from another. So as every time you heal the outside layer of your forgiveness frequency, and you've taken back your power of this trauma or insecurity, and no one else is allowed in after that moment. So it becomes yours. You've taken accountability and responsibility for it, and it's yours to heal, and it's yours to release, and it's yours to let go of any limiting beliefs or another person's pain that is attached to it. And that's when you upcycle it. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are days, and why they're broken up, because between Monday and Thursday, and you have you're already dealing, your Tuesday is already pulling in your information from the weekend. You may, by Wednesday, when you do another observation day, weightless Wednesday, where you let all of that go. So weightless Wednesdays are allowing you to then release that Tuesday, and you can release it through that trash can truth. You can release it through dance and music, like a pillow party. I love pillow parties. You can release it through boomerangs. You can really sing sound chambers, getting that out. And that can be through hums, screaming. If you just need to let it go. That is, Wednesdays are the weightless Wednesdays. So you get rid of it all. And as you step into Thursday, which is another trash can truth day, you can bring another trash can truth that you were working on, that you journaled out through Monday, or maybe something popped up between now and then, or it's another area of your life that you've really wanted to heal. And that can be father wounds. It can be abandonment. It could be relationships that you're working on, or just giving yourself the day of self-love. So giving that can be a day of just with you and your inner child. These are so interchangeably. It's based on you tapping into your center to see what needs to be healed in this now moment. What is holding the weight of your world? What has been bringing your frequency down? Or maybe it's just little things that keep popping up and showing up, and you want to stop the loop. You want to stop the loop for not only yourself, but for everyone who has come before you and behind you. So Thursdays are a great day for going through and doing ancestral healing, and knowing that our ancestral trauma has been looping through our entire lives, and you are the one who has taken on this journey, this really adventure, this treasure hunt to heal your family tree. And you're strong enough to do that. So Thursdays are a great day to tap in to do any ancestral healing that is coming up. And usually when you have something coming up, it may not even be yours. It could be a trash can truth that you brought to the surface that's unearthed itself, but it's brought to the surface to unearth itself because you are carrying someone else's pain. And you, by doing the work, you are releasing your entire 4,400 of your family tree, your lineage that is attached to. And so when you do that, you realize that it wasn't yours to carry, but you were the one that was strong enough to do the work for everyone else. And as we get to Fridays are pillow parties. Fridays are so much fun. And that is where we use music and dancing and sound and energy healing and frequencies and Reiki. And it's just bring it all out to be seen within the light. It's sunbathing, it's barefoot walks, it's getting in touching base with nature. There's so much that you can do on the Friday. Friday is just you get to let it all go, kind of like the Wednesday. So you can see where there's no day that keeps you pretty in a low vibration. You're always raising your frequency and vibration in everything you do within your own Feargiveness frequency. And then you get to add to it. Every time you step out in nature, dance in the rain, sing out loud, every time you do those things for you and your inner child, you are actually increasing your Feargiveness frequency. And the more you do those things, the more time you spend in nature, you hug a tree, you volunteer in full surrender and service, whatever that fits your fancy, whatever draws inspiration. Everything that you do to raise your vibration and frequency builds your Feargiveness frequency. And it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And when it does, and as it does, all of those traumas and insecurities of your trash can that come up, you now have all these tools and different ways to use them. And they're not as difficult to process and heal from. When I first started this journey, it would take days and weeks and even months to get through some of those trash can traumas of journaling it out, affirmations, mirror work, meditation, music, muscle movement. And it's like, that's how we grew. That's how we knew all of the areas and aspects to add to the Feargiveness frequency, is by going through that. Well, what we've done now is that we've gone through this for 4 years, and we've now gathered all of the tools that are needed for your toolkit and your treasure chest for you, so you don't have to spend the weeks, the months dealing with going through these traumas, that you have everything you need within your Feargiveness frequency. And it takes minutes and moments and less than days to process through these traumas and insecurities, no matter how dark they are, just by utilizing the jam sessions, the be jamming, just by connecting with your inner child and your higher self and God source creator, by having those powwows, by going within, and just by turning on your Feargiveness frequency. That alone, in addition to the collective energy and the timeline shifts that we've been encompassed within, and embracing that this is like easy, quick. So if this is a journey, there's so many that are awakening on a new level over the last month since the 8/8 portal. And now we're going into the 10/10 portal and the 11/11 and the 12/12. Like, this is huge, the amount of shifts that are happening. So there are many new souls and hearts that have been added to this timeline. So welcome. And this is a timeline for you to heal. So if you're beginning your healing journey, you've been on a healing journey, but you're still in those weeks, months going through something, now is the time to tap into your Feargiveness frequency and to build your own healing journey, and so you can work through and upcycle and change the narrative of your trash cans in minutes, moments, and days. How cool is that? So as we move into the weekend on Saturdays and Sundays, it really is being present with the family, being present in the moment, doing things that bring you joy, spending time. So the be jamming, which is that intuitive nature and gratitude of grounding, that is really important on the weekends. So the Saturdays and Sundays is really fun. That's when it's finally understanding nothing. You jump into being present within the day. You spend time with your family. You get out in nature. You do things that make you laugh. This is also a time where you're probably going to either be around a lot of people, or you're around a lot of people throughout the week, and you take your weekends of solitude, whichever that is for you, making sure that you're clearing your energy every single day. So anytime that you're around another person's energy, you pick up their energy, no matter what. It could be family, friends, school. It could be your job or work. If you go to a concert or a sporting event that has thousands of people, you have thousands of people of energy that could potentially be siphoning from your forgiveness frequency. And if you have any holes or tears. So it's really important to protect yourself, set that beautiful Reiki bubble, that white light. I see it as a diamond rainbow light, that just kind of pillar that fills you around you. It's really important to clear your energy and to protect yourself when you're going out in those big spaces. And if you forgot to add your bubble, that's okay. Just when you're done with it, clear your energy, remove all energy that's not mine, and call my energy back unto me, purified, cleansed, and transmuted and alchemized. So transmute it back into light is all you really have to say. And if you feel funky, like you don't know why you're feeling the way you're feeling, double check if you've cleared your energy, because it could have just been a quick run into the store and the cashier that was checking you out is having a really bad day, though you didn't necessarily catch up on it, but you are now walk out of there just feeling a little funky, that you could have picked up someone else's energy. So it's really important, especially on the weekends, anytime you come into your home space, to clear all energy that's not mine and call my energy back into me, transmuted through the divine Father and Mother, transmuted back into light. And you can leave love and gratitude in its wake. So wherever your energy was, or anywhere your energy flowed, in the forgiveness frequency, there's a lot of meditations. There's a lot of, I call them sips. They're spiritual, intuitive practices that you can do. And that's through their sips, literally through drinking. Today we have, this is our roots. So this is our red drink that we drink in the mornings. And it has 15 root vegetables and herbs in it. And then we have a grateful green. So there's literally sips and recipes that come along with the forgiveness frequency. And there are so many videos on YouTube that will help you to navigate. There's currently some breath work that just recently came out of activation of the 9th chakra. There's also how to activate your own forgiveness frequency. There's a video out there for that. And I think we'll do that today to really to wrap this podcast, this Pop of Color podcast, in a hug. So we've gone through the jam sessions, the bee jamming sessions. We've gone through the forgiveness frequency each day of the week. And as you loop back around into Monday, and that's really where you're putting your rainbow on repeat, every day of the week has a color. So as you're on your healing journey, if you're looking for ways to increase your energy and vibration every single day, every day has a color attached to it. Mondays loves red, Tuesdays loves orange, Wednesdays loves yellow, Thursdays loves green, Fridays is that sky blue, serene blue, aqua blue. It just kind of depends if it's a divine mother, divine father, or source that's coming through on that day. And then Saturdays is that indigo, the third eye, and Sunday is the violet. So purple and the violet, and that is taking you all the way to the crown chakra. So as you start at the root in red, you move to Tuesday, which is the sacral, orange. Wednesday is the personal power of yellow. Thursday is the heart chakra of the of green. And then you move into Friday is the throat chakra, Saturday is the third eye, and then Sunday is the crown chakra. And then you'll notice that Tuesday and Thursday, like those are like the toughest days. You are wrapped in the sacral chakra, which is where your energy center is of emotions and family, and like your sexual energy and creative energy is all within that. So you're wrapped in a beautiful bubble on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, you're wrapped in the heart chakra of green. So whether whichever day you're choosing to do your ancestral healing and your trauma healing and your inner child healing, know that you're also wrapped in the vibration and frequency of color. And the Feargiveness Frequency, the book that's being channeled and written with a whole team of poets and writers and scientists and sound engineers, all ancient wisdom, advanced wisdom, galactical wisdom, spiritual wisdom, and through God Source Creator is all coming through this book. And this book has 13 cosmic colors that it takes you through of healing. And it gives you meditations for each one and sips for each one. The spiritual intuitive practices, not in addition to recipes. So as this forgiveness frequency grows and expands, there's just so much that's going to be coming through. And you can join our mailing list. You can join the blogs and the podcast. You can find your way in to be a part of this community, because healers need healers. And truly, ultimately, I want to have the Feargiveness Frequency be a space where we get to open our centers and heal each other, bring forth the quantum light language that many of you have and hold. Your new modalities that are coming on, you get to use them within this community. You get to share your experience, and you get to bring your tools, tricks, and sips to show and showcase and to help one another. So we will be meeting once a month on our waitlist Wednesdays. For now, it looks like we're going to be doing it every Wednesday, but for now, I know that we'll be beginning on Wednesdays, doing that waitlist Wednesday, and it's a heal the healer. So anyone is welcome, men, women, and children. Children, there's so much that we can learn from them, because many of them come with their gifts intact, with their ancient and advanced wisdom ready to go. We just have to ask them the questions and allow their energy to shine through. There's just so much coming through. And anyone who is in their birth to 28, 30s, they also have some beautiful gifts that are untarnished from life that are coming on. So as these huge collective awakenings are happening and all of these timelines are merging, we get to learn from our youth and from the children and from the young adults that are stepping into their gifts and modalities and stepping into their higher selves. They have so much to teach us. So it's really important as parents and as guardians and as friends and family members, aunts and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, to lean in to your youth, to lean into your young adults, to really gain their wisdom, because many of them come with more wisdom than we have sought out in lifetimes. They already have bundled up in their joy, and they may have been knocked off course throughout their life experiences, limiting beliefs they've been put on. They've been really just kind of held back or bundled up. And it's now time for us to allow their cocoons to open, their wings to fly. And we need to learn from them and listen to them. Listen to the music that they listen to. Ask them what their dreams and aspirations are. Ignite their forgiveness frequencies with them. Show them yours so they know that they too have a way to grow their own forgiveness frequency and to tap in. And really, it's cutting the cords and cutting the strings that are keeping them hidden. And they are really hidden in plain sight for many of them. So this is an opportunity for us as elders to really look behind and reach down and reach to the sides and pull in the children, because they have so much to offer us. And if you're not doing that, you are truly sorely missing out on some very spiritual God consciousness connections that are birthed to drive us and to lead us through this ascension into the new earth. And it's the more the children are elevated and their frequencies are raised and they feel safe and comfortable to share their gifts, the quicker we rise together. That's truly how I'm shown, is that I've always been told to be a voice for the children. And over the last 4 years, the pillow to my purpose was reading stories to children. And I didn't know why I was supposed to do it. I just knew that that's where I was guided to do it, and in full surrender and service. And it's listening to the children. We have 140 children of zoo, and that's between 100 children that live at a Selachia orphanage in Zambia, Africa, and we have 40 children who live at an orphanage in Uganda. So I call them the children of zoo. But we have taught them how to color their emotions through the Feargiveness frequency, and it's called Speak Up and Color. And there's about 200 plus videos that you can listen to, stories with your kids to teach them energy work. We always start with like a laugh, a clap, EFT, so emotional freedom technique. There are ways that you can bring your children along on their own a spiritual journey, and teaching them how to do it in a way that's fun and innovative and speak up in color so they can really find their own voice. And channel is Speak Up Events, and you can watch all of their past story times with me. And then we also have Florentina, who started our story times, and she is a 7-year-old little girl who has been battling neuroblastoma cancer for the last 4 years and 3 years. And we started reading stories to her at the very beginning. And that's what brought us to the Children of Zoo, which brought us to over 300 story times total. And Florentina is on her second relapse of neuroblastoma cancer, and she is in the final treatments to try and save her life. And we have been on her journey with her. She's gone to Rome to receive a trial, T-cell trial that was supposed to help, but unfortunately her cancer relapsed right after that. So she's back in the UK. She's undergoing chemo right now that we are hoping that it's going to shrink the tumor enough that she will be available for other trials. If not, she will be placed on hospice care. And to go through that as her family and community, and to be a part of that journey myself, it has been devastating to watch the children that have to fight these battles for us and for the collective. And as we move forward into the new earth, we know that there are ways that these children are leading the charge and bringing to light the pain and suffering a child goes through in their life, in their short lives. And I've been able to connect with so many parents and families and child advocates throughout the last 4 years, as I've been connected to 3 years, as I've been connected to Florentina, her family, her community, and her journey, and meeting other parents and family members who have lost children already during these 3 years, their children have lost the battle with this. And no child should have to suffer. And no parent and family and community should have to raise 300 to 400,000 pounds to get additional treatments for their children. And this is happening all over the world, we know. But this is a way for you to connect, to give back, to step in as an advocate for a child, to step in to help them to speak up in color. And we will continue this fight. We'll continue to be a voice for the children, and to know that you just hug your children today. Hug your youth. Hug your young adults. Let them know how special they are, how loved they are, and how needed they are. And they are each carrying the keys and codes, and their soul blueprint is here to elevate us, to help us literally transmute, alchemize, and transcend our timelines into the new earth. So embrace the children, embrace their conversations, embrace their love, embrace their imagination, embrace their dreams. Let them tell you about it. Embrace the music that they sing, the words that they speak, the way that they dance. Embrace it all. Be their elder, be their guide, be their confidant, but also be their student, because that is so important right now. They are the teachers of us. They are the teachers of the new earth, and we need to allow them to teach us and be open to it. Whew. That was a beautiful message that has come through. I just want to give a moment of light language and gratitude to the Divine Father and Mother for bringing that message to us. Whew. Well, that has been a magical pop of color time that we've had here today. And I look forward to more and to more expansion. I just want to make sure there's nothing else that needs to be brought forth before we step into a little forgiveness frequency. Okay, so I'm being asked to share. It's time to declutter. Declutter your lives, your space, your house, your mind. It's just asking us to go through everything kind of with a fine-tooth comb and just get rid of what no longer serves your highest good. Get rid of the limiting beliefs. This is like inside, outside, upside, and down. If you walk past something, you haven't touched it for a while, or you open a closet and you haven't used that product, or you meant to, or you had an idea for, it's just, if it no longer serves your highest good anymore, just move it on. Whether that's donating it for someone else to find that treasure, it might be something they've always been looking for. It's just asking us to throw it away. Fill your trash cans, your physical trash cans, and allow, it's just a beautiful purge that we're being asked to do. And what it is it's getting us ready to receive. And that has been the message. It's to clear, cleanse, purify, clear, cleanse, purge, purify, transmute, alchemize, and transcend. Our physical vessels, our homes, our spaces, or any places that we go, and do that not only energetically, but also do that physically within our lives. So we are ready to receive. And that is like cleaning out the kitchen sink. It's literally, where they say you pack everything and the kitchen sink. We want you to declutter everything and your kitchen sink and bring joy into your world, whether that's through music. Maybe you love to light candles. Maybe you need to put up some color. My phone screen on my phone is the first thing we usually look at throughout the day. And I always make sure it has a new color. As today it has, Today it has, let's get rid of these notifications. Oh, and we're at 144. What? So today it has a sunrise that we recently had gone on a trip, and the sunrise really stands out. But that 144 message, synchronicities. So thank you so much for joining me. And we are going to just take a few minutes to tap into the forgiveness frequency. So to do that and to ignite your own frequency, you're just setting the intention. I set the intention to ignite my forgiveness frequency, to go within and allow my higher self, the divine Father, Mother, God, to guide my every word, thought, action, reaction, and inspired action. And we do that by breathing in the divine light from above our heads, taking a few deep breaths, allowing it to flow down to the throat, the crown chakra, to the third eye, Releasing any tension from our shoulders. Allowing that energy to flow through. Releasing any tension from the eyes, the ears, the nose, the sinuses, the mouth. Flowing that energy all the way down our vessel. Through our shoulders and hands, through our chest and back. Imagine this energy, this white light from above, just clearing and cleansing. You may get burps or hiccups or yawns as energy is being released from you as it flows down through every energy center. Breathing in that light from above, flowing it down through the waist and hips, throwing it down through the knees, ankles, and feet, flowing it all the way down into the core of Gaia, into the Divine Mother's hug. Breathing in that white light from above, flowing it all the way down. As we anchor in this light into the Divine Mother, our grounding cord, we're going to take a deep breath in and we're going to flow that energy to the back of the spinal column, the top of the spinal cord, the bottom of the skull. And we are going to open up our spinal cord channel using butterfly kisses. So it's taking 3 deep breaths in, hold the breath at the top of the skull, and then butterfly kisses, flow the energy to the back side of the skull, top of the spinal cord, opening up the spinal column. Imagine that energy flowing all the way down the spinal column, all the way down to the Divine Mother's hug. Take a deep breath in, hold, push, butterfly kisses, flow it all the way down. You may feel creaks and cracks in your spinal column as it's flowing energy all the way down. We're going to do that again 2 more times. One last time, breathe this energy in, flow all the way down into the Divine Mother's hug. Butterfly kisses. All the way down. Great job. So now that we are fully connected, as above, so below, we're going to flow the energy of the Feargiveness frequency. We're going to hold that light in our center, in our heart, and we are going to flow that energy all the way up. And this is going to go color by color. Pulling that energy up with our intrinsic source muscles. Breathing up the red as it pours up through your feet, flowing it all the way up above the head, up into the ethers, as this red surrounds your being and body. Breathing in and up, flowing up the orange, all the way up through the spinal cord channel, all the way out the top, flowing it down and around. We'll be filling in our auroric field, our etheric field, our toral field. Breathing that energy all the way up from the Divine Mother as she pushes the yellow into your spinal cord, flowing it all the way up, 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 above your head, around the ethers, surrounding your field, merging with the orange and the red. Take a deep breath in, flowing up the green of the heart chakra, flowing all the way up, 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 all the way up into the ethers, as high as your consciousness can take it, flowing that divine love and light, the emerald green, flowing it all the way up and allowing it to flow all the way down and around our etheric field, our tortal fields, mixing and merging with the yellow, the orange, and the red. Take a deep breath in, pulling up the blue of the throat chakra, flowing it all, the serene blue, all the way up, 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 up through our spinal cord channel, up through the top of the head, up into the ethers and realms above, allowing it to flow and pour down all the way around you, mixing with the greens, the yellows, the oranges, and reds. Take a deep breath in as we pull in the indigo of the third eye, pulling it up from the Divine Mother as she pushes that energy up the spinal cord, all the way up to the top of the skull, out into the channels above, into the ethers above, flowing it all the way up as high as your consciousness can take you, into the Divine Father's hug, and then allowing it to pour down all around you, mixing with the serene blue, the emerald green, the yellow, the orange, and the red. As we breathe in from the Divine Mother, the violet purple, as she pulls, we pull it up, 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 as she pushes and pushes up our spinal cord, all the way up through the skull, through the crown chakra, all the way up into the heavens above, flowing into the Divine Father's hug and releasing it into our tortal fields, etheric fields, and aurora fields. Filling in, weaving with the indigos, the serene blues, the emerald greens, the yellows, the oranges, and reds. As we breathe in the 8th chakra, we're going to pull up this energy of the magenta, pulling it all the way up, 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 up. Flowing the magenta all the way up into the higher heart, flowing it all the way up through the skull into the ethers above. Filling our energy fields with magenta as it weaves through the violets, the indigos, the serene blues, the greens, the yellows, the oranges, and reds. As we breathe in, we're going to be pulling up the 9th chakra. We're going to be pulling up that sapphire blue, the peacock blue. Pulling that energy all the way up into the Divine Father's hug, allowing this sapphire blue to pour down all around you, mixing with the magentas, the violets, the indigos, the serene blues, the greens, the yellows, the oranges, and reds. As we breathe up again, we are going to be breathing up the silver and gold of the Divine Mother and Father, flowing all the way up, weaving up the silver and gold back and forth, like an infinity loop, just continuing to flow all the way up into the Divine Father's hug. As he releases you, and this silver and gold, it's like stardust, filling in and flowing in all of the colors of the sapphire, the magenta, the violet, the indigo, the sky blue, serene blue, the greens, the yellows, the oranges, and the reds. Silver and gold flickers of light, creating a prism of light. As we breathe in our next colors, which is white and black, which is all the colors combined, the yin and the yang, flowing this energy up our spinal cord channel, all the way up to the top of our skull, out our crown chakra, flowing it all the way up through our consciousness into the Divine Father's hug, the divine feminine and masculine, the yin and the yang, the unity of oneness, flowing this energy down to mix with the stardust of the silver and gold, the sapphire blues, the magentas, the violets and indigos, sky, serene blues, greens and yellows, oranges and reds. As we twirl and spin and spiral in a clockwise direction, all of the colors within our fields, as we hold center in the middle of our tortal field for all these colors to flow through our infinity loop. Imagine a horizontal infinity loop flowing all of these colors back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Now imagine a vertical infinity loop from your middle, from your heart space, flowing that energy all the way up to the Divine Father, flowing down through your heart, all the way up through the Divine Mother, flowing back up to the heart. And as you absorb these colors and this Feargiveness frequency, and you light your inner light, you light your 0 point. Imagine a diamond rainbow prism light as all of the lights of the Divine Father and Mother are shining through your heart. You have this divine diamond rainbow prism light that is just engulfing you, flowing through you, through the back, through the front, through the ups, through the downs, through the sides, filling in all of the space in between with a diamond rainbow prism light. Filling in your energy fields, your energy bodies, your horizontal and vertical energy fields and shields, your auroric field, your etheric field, your esoteric field, your tortal fields, flowing all of this energy all the way up, all the way down, all the way around. It's like you were a disco ball. You were just shining and beaming these lights and these mirrored specks off the mirrored specks within the stardust of the silver and gold. And you were just shining this light. I'm going to send light language to your prism, to your heart center, to your disco ball, to ignite and activate your Feargiveness frequency using all of the 13th cosmic colors. Oh, beautiful. There's so much energy and vibration and frequency and so much color, so much light. And the Divine Father and Mother are just radiating this energy into you. You could feel it tingling through your scalp and through your toes, feeling your hands tingle, your heart. You may be full of goosebumps. You may just feel it in every inch and cell of your body as your Feargiveness frequency is igniting. It's connecting, it's building, it's filling with this diamond rainbow prism light and every color in between. Take a deep breath in, place your hands upon your heart as we thank the Divine Father and Mother, our higher self, our inner child, for joining us on embarking upon this journey of forgiveness. May the colors guide you. May the music immerse you in their love. May the healing be felt inside, outside, upside and down as you are wrapped in this hug of healing universally guided. Love, light, unity, remembrance, and expansion. Now wiggle your fingers and toes. Come back into the here and now. Thank you for joining me on this journey of igniting your forgiveness frequency. You can come back here anytime you wish to be filled with that light. You each have within you the ability to do that for yourself just by setting the intention and asking for your higher self and your Divine Father and Mother to embrace you in their hug. And I look forward to seeing you in our another podcast of Pop of Color, and seeing you on the other side of this rainbow. Have a wonderful day, everybody.